About say 20 minutes thereabout, and once it is 8:30, the sports crew will be in the studios to go through the exciting world of sports, where we get to talk about everything sport related and in between. Okay, and they do that for about 20 to 25 minutes. 9 a.m. I'll be back in the studios or behind the microphone to actually have serious discussion or enter into our parliament, okay, on People's Assembly, where we get to talk about serious conversation, you and I both. And once we do that, by 9:30, Tech Talk will be coming up, and we'll talk about things going on in tech. Very, really great stuff going on in the health sector, because of technology these days. So we'll probably talk about one of those things. And once it is 9:45, it'll be time for Melody Surprise, where we get to celebrate someone with and for you, where you send me messages about someone you want to celebrate, and I put a call through to the person. So by 9:55, wrap up the show and call it a day. So without wasting time, right now it's about 26 degrees Celsius. And temperature will keep rising to peak at 34 degrees Celsius later this afternoon. And before it starts dropping all the way to 26 degrees Celsius later tonight. Sunset is set around 6:55 p.m. today, and it is going to be a hot day. It's going to be partly cloudy around from now to about 9 a.m. and wind gusts are up to 11 kilometers per hour. So right now it's 22 degrees Celsius. The lowest early this morning was 25 degrees Celsius, and some people were saying it was cold. I was like, it's dicey. So it's going to be probably like a humid day / hot day today. So if you're going out, take along an umbrella, sunshade, sunscreen, and everything. Just stay protected and always drink water. You need more water now than ever. Now, looking at the motivation quote for today, we're still talking about self-love and everything in between. And today we're saying that you have to love yourself enough to create a good environment around yourself. You have to love yourself enough to create a great environment. Love yourself enough to create an environment in your life that is conducive to the nourishment of a personal growth, right? So you have to allow yourself to let go of people or thoughts and situations that poison your well-being. Okay, you have to cultivate a vibrant surrounding and commit yourself to making choices that will help you release the greatest expression of your unique beauty and purpose. In short, be selfish with yourself. Mop up, clean up, delete, block, and you'll be fine. I'm not saying do it in a vindictive way, right? But I'm just saying do it in such a way that it will benefit yourself. You need to love yourself that much. You can't love others more than you love yourself. And you can't say that, oh, I can't cut someone off, or I can't do without a thought, or without, a lifestyle, because, I'm used to it. I'm used to the person. I'm used to this lifestyle. You have to love yourself enough to even eat right. It is that simple. You have to love yourself to the point where you be like, I think I need to be eating better. I need to watch what I eat and all of that so that my health can be better. It takes discipline for you to do certain things and stick with them, but you need to love yourself that much to look out for yourself. Anyway, on that note, I'm heading back to the music. A7S, David Guetta, and we're scared doing lighter. Stick around.
Sitting on me, drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like them. I did not know what it feels like. Taking my mind on a wild ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like them. You got control of me when I go deep in your water. Don't need apology. No, you can do what you want. There was a lot for the party, and you can tell that there's no doubt the way I feel about you now. Say whoa, anytime, any place, I'll be there for you, baby, you know. And if you need some space, I'll give you like your banjo, give me dance up. Love you in 1,000 ways. Now you be the party Kamajo, give me dance up. I know go use you play. Give me love and affection. Me want it more fair, me want it more fair, gone. And if I lose you, I lose a piece of me. I will never let you go. Say whoa, anytime, any place, everything.
back to it, and that was A7S featuring David Guetta and Wizkid doing Lighter. It is 8:12 from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad. This is Melody Sunrise. Today, 17th of February 2026. It is time to go through the front pages of various Nigerian dailies, and per usual, I have the Nigerian Tribune, the Guardian newspaper, the Punch newspaper, and Vanguard newspaper this morning. So we'll begin from the front page of Vanguard newspaper this morning with the first headline reading, inflation rate eases marginally to 15.1% in January. And that story can be found on page 19 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. To another headline, 2027 is the kick of this headline, political class leveraging chaos to undermine elections, says Itodo. And that story is on page 4 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Boaz MOU with Abu Dhabi Port, Maya Group, that is the kick of this headline. Tinubu hails Nigeria UAE industrial breakthrough, and that story is on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Visa fraud overstays by Nigerians may attract stricter scrutiny, United States warns. And that story is on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. EFCC quizzes El Rufai over alleged 432 billion naira fraud. Stories on page 7 of Vanguard newspaper as well this morning. 3 South Africans charged over murder of Nigerian boat driver. And that story is on page 6 of Vanguard newspaper this very morning. To the biggest headline on the front page of Vanguard newspaper, Electoral Act, that is the kicker. Hide and seek game in Abuja as reps avoid joint meeting. Story has a handful of riders. First one says meeting rescheduled to late night at Senate President's Lodge in Maitama. Another one says how to make electronic transmission of results glitch-free in 2027. Another rider says telcos dismiss inadequate infrastructure claim of Senate as half-truth. Another one says, saying Nigeria has capacity for real-time e-transmission. Another rider says, haunted by 2023 glitches, stakeholders demand guarantees, not promises. And the final rider says, NAS to tidy up Electoral Act Amendment Bill today. All of that can be found on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper this very morning. Social media network X back online after global outage. And that story is on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. All right, now moving on to another headline. There's a picture headline, actually, of the President Bola Tinubu commissioning projects in Adamawa, and we can see President Bola Tinubu in a picture, Adamawa State Governor Hamadu Maru Fintiri, and also Adamawa State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General Barrister Airaimo Genji also in the pictures alongside other prominent people in that picture. All right, now moving on from that to another headline. 2027 is the kick of this next headline as well. NSCIA demands review of election timetable, and that story is on page 26 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. 30.7 million IDPs is the kick of this one. Federal government woos private sector for durable solutions, and that story is on page 9 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Moving on to the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. First headline I'll be taking says Kwara, Niger map out joint counter-terror plans, and that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this morning. 2027 is the kick of this headline. Kano Central to APC plan, says Shetima, and that story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper this morning. 65% Nigerians demand lower interest rates as MPC convenes, and that is according to a report, and you can find that report on page 44 of the Punch newspaper this morning. 2027, that is the kicker. National Assembly eyes January 16th for presidential poll, suspends electoral bill harmonization. Stories on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. To the biggest headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper, it says 432 billion naira probe as the kicker. The full story says EFCC detains El Rufai, DSS on standby. Story has 3 riders attached to it. Ex-governor grilled by EFCC as federal government files charges over alleged NSA phone tapping. Another one says DSS reopens Daddy Yatta case, seizes passport, summons sons for questioning. Another writer says rival protesters clash at EFCC HQ, that is headquarters in Abuja, Kaduna Assembly Complex, and all of that can be found on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Courts remand suspected killers of South African-based Nigerian student, and has pictures of the suspects also on the front page attached to the headline. The story can be found on page 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. So another headline, food inflation falls to 14-year low, and that story is on page 9 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Arrest made after 2 die on Lagos film set, and that story is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Federal government to borrow 800 billion naira via February bonds, and that story is on page 44 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. All right, so the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning, this one says ISWAP commander killed in Borno as United States sanctions 8 Nigerians over links to Boko Haram cybercrime. And that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Rising insecurity heightens concerns in South. Stories on news analysis page 4 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Taking out the biggest headline on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning, it says 2027 as the kicker. Protesters storm National Assembly as debate on Electoral Act resumes. The writer says Section 60, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026, electronic transmission of election results. All of that can be found on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. Moving on to another headline, says TGI Group partners RCPL to offer quality FMCG products at affordable prices, and stories on page 47 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. To another headline, reps demand federal government's 3-year financial statement. Stories on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Relief for Nigerians as food inflation eases to single digit after 10 years. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. FCT polls, that is the kick of this headline. ADC berates Wike over war threats, and that story is on page 9 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. 70% of Nigerians living with epilepsy untreated, says expert, and that story is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper as well this morning. Akwa Ibom Cross River bicker over oil well control. Stories on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. CSOs rally demand update due process in El Rufai's probes, and that story is on page 9 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And finally, moving on to the front page of Nigerian Tribune this morning. First headline reads Nigeria's inflation eases to 15.10 or 15.10% in January. Stories on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. NRS announces phased rollout of e-invoicing electronic fiscal system, and that story is on page 6 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. DHQ announces arrival of 100 United States troops, and stories on page 45 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Moving on to the biggest headline on the front page, federal government charges El Rufai over NSA phone interception, and that story has 2 riders attached to it. First one says EFCC grills him on corruption allegation, and the second rider says protesters storm Kaduna Assembly demand update on his probe, and that story is on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Checking out another headline, list of regularized area council land allocation approved for issuance of offer of statutory rights of occupancy in the FCT, and that story is on pages up from pages 12 to pages 35 rather, pages 12 to 35, and that story can be read up. Okay, so it's another headline. 2 killed as 10-man gang of suspected bandit engage police in Okeogun, and that story is on page 44 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. To the health column says twice yearly injections may transform hypertension treatment, and that is the statement credited to Lancet Review, and that story is on page 11 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. United States sanctions 8 Nigerians over links to Boko Haram, ISIL cybercrimes, and that story has a writer says freezes their assets, bars American companies, citizens from conducting transactions with them. To know those people, you have to check the story out on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. To the final one, I'll be taking a laughing calls for urgent action in 3 Kwara communities over terror threat, and that story can be found on page 41 of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. It is 8:22 a.m. from the studios, and that is as far as we can go, checking out the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this morning. I'm heading back to the music, and this one is Adele doing Set Fire to the Rain. Stick around and keep it locked. The sports crew will be in the studios by 8:30. This is Melody Sunrise. Stick around.
I let it fall.
Johnny 100.7 FM. Stay cool with Melody.
Watching you walk away, so sad to see you go. I know that people change, and I know for us to grow, we gotta let it go. You're defining your own, as long as you know. Apart, but I'll always be your home. Feelings and seasons change, but our love is set in stone. I hope that you know, I hope you know. Follow your heart wherever it takes you. Tears gonna fall, and hell might just break loose. Tears gonna fall, and hell might just break loose. Life is a road, don't know what's along the way. So just follow your heart wherever it takes you. Tears gonna fall, just don't let it break you. Life is a road, don't know what's along the way. So just
All right, so we're back to it. 8:30. Miles Smith and Neil Horan on that one. It's a brand new joint. Drive Safe is the title. And thank you so much for keeping it locked. This is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. And it is time to talk sport. I have the sports here in the studios. A beautiful morning to you, Daniel.
Yeah, beautiful morning, Bolabad.
Wagwan.
The wait continues for Nigerians. We are waiting for the FIFA verdict as regards the official complaint that we sent in regarding the DR Congo fielding ineligible players. Again, in the game we played against them. So Nigerians all through yesterday were waiting by their radio sets, still waiting this morning. Of course,
I heard Kerry will be talking about it yesterday afternoon as well.
Minute by minute, people just keep looking out for when it's going to be the breaking news. Are we going to be going to the World Cup, or is it going to be going DR Congo's way? That's what actually has dominated.
Personally, you know what I think? Give up already.
I mean, a lot of people, including me, I'm like, you shouldn't put your hopes high, but
give up already, I beg. Give up already, I beg.
Rules are rules.
I beg.
If DR Congo has actually faulted the rules, then they should, pay for it. But eventually, I don't want to join Nigerians who are hoping that people will come and roll in.
Is it by force? We've gone to AFCON, we didn't win AFCON. What do you on our go do for
World Cup is a big deal. Everybody
what's it on our go do when go come out of group stage?
You just have the 2 months.
What is wrong with you people?
We can't come out of group stage.
You can't come out of,
We got a better squad now.
So
with what we did at the AFCON.
Of course.
Nigerians are believing that.
Of course. Now I know entire semi-final though.
Well, we lost to host nation, so our excuse is valid. We lost to a team that no way anyone could have won against that team because they have everything on their side.
It's okay. So that aside, what else is going on?
Well, of course, the Super Eagles coach as well. Mm-hmm. He's been, of course, I won't say the Olympique Marseille in France, trying to woo him to join in the club. It's going to be a big deal for the manager, from managing the Super Eagles to going to Olympique Marseille. So the Olympique Marseille president is personally, seeing to it that he can convince the man. But Eric Shell is still saying he's loyal to the Super Eagles, and we are still here, fingers crossed and seeing how.
Fingers crossed, though. They don't owe him salary for this month, so that I will not think.
I don't think we owe him salary. By now we will be speaking if we owe him anything.
I'm just saying.
By now we'll be speaking.
Anyway, that's what will be coming your way. I'll be stepping aside now to return for 9 a.m. or when we go straight into the People's Assembly. We're talking about extension today on the People's Assembly, but that's the only hint I'll be giving you. We'll discuss fully when I return to the microphone. But in the meantime, it is time to talk sports, and you're welcome.
From Dutton out. That's a smashing ball. It's Martins.
Joseph Yobo.
And it's pushed out to the goal.
Singapore Odesi.
Sensation. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. But something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybooks off.
Of course, you know what time it is. Once it is 30 minutes, of course, about 8 a.m. Right here, Melody 100.7 FM. On your favorite morning show, Melody Sunrise, is the sports segment. And I know very well that a lot of Nigerians are by their radio set this morning, waiting for that breaking news. Well, I've got development for you this morning. There is, of course, no breaking news yet, but there is a development on that situation involving Nigeria. The DR Congo. And as it stands right now, authority that hopefully before the end of today, there will be a major verdict. But before that, let me bring this to you, that Nigeria, the NFF is saying, you know what, Nigerians, no matter what is the outcome from FIBA today or tomorrow, we are still going to go further. Even if FIBA's ruling is against Nigeria, we will still take the case further to the CSA. Well, that's CAS, that is the Court of Arbitration of Sport. So the Nigerian Football Federation, of course, is reportedly preparing to escalate its eligibility dispute with the DR Congo national team to the Court of Arbitration of Sport. That's the CAS. Should FIFA deliver an unfavorable ruling? Now, FIFA is expected to announce the decision yesterday. Yes, they were expected to announce the decision yesterday, but after a lot of meeting regarding the Nigeria protest over the alleged fielding of ineligible players during the decisive African World Cup qualifying fixtures played in Morocco last November. Now, at the center of the complaint, we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Axel Stanzuebe, Sidi Mavrididi, who are reportedly representing Congo during the playoffs. Now the NFF questioned whether their switch of international allegiance complied fully by FIFA regulations, and whether the documentation made, of course, requires standards. Now the NFF is saying, whatever happens, if it is not in our favor, we are going to appeal this. But nothing is yet coming from FIFA. As at yesterday evening, the decision, of course, on the case is still yet to be made, as FIFA has now decided to take the case forward to the FIFA Council, which is expected to convene in Zurich on, of course, today. So the NFL protest challenged the eligibility of certain DR Congo players who featured in that game in November. Now the council's role, I'm talking about the council that will make the decisions today, and maybe before the end of the day we will get the verdict, or tomorrow. But the role of the council, the council is the organization's principal decision of making body, of course, making a decision-making body between sessions of FIFA Congress, and it comprises of 37 members, 1 president, 8 vice presidents, and 28 members drawn from 6 continental confederations. Now the council is chaired by FIFA president, that's Infantino himself, and includes senior football administrators such as Saman, and of course the common board president Alejandro Dominguez, among others, are part of the bodies and council that will make decision today in Zurich, right in Switzerland. So hopefully before the end of today, decisions will be made, and Nigerians will stop waiting by their radio set. So we will put our mind on whatever it is that we got to do next. Well, let's come back to CAF. Yesterday, CAF, of course, has decided to retain the 4-team slots for Nigeria, even despite the poor outing at the ongoing CAF Champions League. So Nigeria will retain its 4-team representation in 2026-2027 CAF Inter-Club competition despite the underwhelming campaign by its club in the current season. Now, under the allocation released by the CAF Confederation Cup, Nigeria remains among the 12 highest ranked member association eligible to present 2 clubs each in the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederation Cup for the 2026-2027 season. Now, Nigeria Solidarity Bright Sport. Nigeria Solidarity Bright Sport this time came from Rivers United, who reached the group stage of the CAF Champions League before bowing out. Other Nigerian representatives failed to make significant impact in either competition. Now raising concern about the country's continental competitiveness. Now despite the modest performance, the country is confirmed there are 4 representatives, each from the two for CAF Champions League and 2 for CAF Confederation Cup. So despite the poor performance of the NPFL side on the continental stage, somehow miraculously they still retain their spots. 4 teams and 4 places still of course allocated to the NPFL teams. Now to the women. The Nigeria Women Football League. Action resumes. Now action resumes in the Nigeria Women Pro Football League. The Nigeria Women Football League, of course, resume on Wednesday with match day 8 set to shape the race for the place in the season-ending Super 6. Now with the campaign entering the decisive phase, several high-stakes encounter headline the match, of course, a week across the Group A and B. Now in the Group A, we have leaders faces a away test in Owerri, Atlant Queens, most table toppers, Bayelsa Queens, in what promises to be one of the standout fixtures in the round. Bayelsa unbeaten so far this season and will be aiming to extend their strong run against Atlant. A side that edge closer to the top of the table. Now in Abeokuta, it's going to be a heavyweight clash. A pedigree contest awaits Abeokuta as Ekiti Queens take on former champions Rivers Angels. Both sides remain firmly in the Super 6. In the Super 6 conversation, adding further significance to the encounter. Now in the Group B, leaders under pressure as Lagos FC Robo Queens welcome Osun Babes. With the host, of course, seeking to consolidate their position at the summit of the Group B. Robo Queens will mean, of course, to respond strongly as the competition intensifies. Now in the other match day 8 fixtures, we have Niger Rattles. We'll be taking on Adamawa Queens. Ibom Angels, of course, will be taking on Edo Queens in Rio. Sunshine Queens will be taking on Nasarawa Amazons. Abia Angels will be taking on Dana's Ladies. Ramos Ladies will be taking on, of course, Delta Queens in Ekene. And with the Super 6 qualification battle tightening, the match day 8, of course, could be pivotal to defining the trajectory of the season. Let me begin to take you gradually to the foreign scene where surprise took place yesterday. But before that, Eric Shell is in the news this morning. And what's Eric Shell saying this morning? Eric Shell says he's got eyes. He's got eyes on some foreign Super Eagles players that can actually be assets to strengthening the team. The Super Eagles head coach, Eric Shell, is targeting foreign-born players to strengthen the Nigerian squad following the growing interest from dual nationality and now star eligible to represent the country. Now the Malian tactician has already secured commitment for defenders Felix Agu, Rian Alebiosu, and also West Ham goalkeeper Ato Okonkwo, and is reportedly in talks with 5 other eligible players. And according to recent reports, Rangers defenders Emmanuel Fernandez has also pledged his international future to Nigeria, becoming the latest foreign-born player to commit to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, Michelle said, and I quote, "We have a couple of players who were born abroad who want to play for the team, and we are looking at how they can fit in. We can bring all of them into the team." And that's Michelle speaking for the Super Eagles official website. So we will bring back, however, pick those that we know can bring competition to the team and improve the team and also fit our games project. Alright, let's go from there to abroad. Something happened yesterday. For so many, it's not a surprise. But for me personally, a big surprise yesterday in the Spanish La Liga, as Barcelona went into that game hoping, of course, to strengthen their place at the top of the table. But at the end of the 90 minutes, all they got out of it was nothing. They went into the game hoping to get a maximum 3 points. But yesterday, for Barcelona, for the Blaugrana, it was a night to forget. A lot of post-match reactions from managers and even some of the players, especially Kubasi, the one who scored the goal that put Barcelona in front in the game. But that goal was not enough, as Barcelona eventually lost that game by 2-1. And one of the controversy in the game yesterday was the winning goal of Girona. To be honest, I saw that goal as well, and I had to tell myself, that La Liga referee, what is really going on there? Because leading to that goal, there was a foul, an obvious foul. A VAR was consulted, but at the end of the day, the goal was given. Barcelona lost that game 2-1. And that changed the dynamics totally of La Liga table. And as it stands right now, at the top of La Liga, table, we have Real Madrid leading with 2 points, and that is with 60 points for Real Madrid. Barcelona in the second place with 58 points, and of course Villarreal nowhere close with 45 points apiece, the same way with Atletico Madrid. Advantage Real Madrid. Of course, Real Madrid has been fantastic in the last 5 games. Have won all their 5 games. But for Barcelona, it's been a struggling season for them. The last 5 games, they've only managed to win 3 and they've lost 2. And the way it is right now, Real Madrid are the team that has the driving seat for La Liga. Well, action will be going down tonight, starting tonight. Why many people are not talking about the Champions League, I don't know. But it is still the Champions League, whether it is playoff or whatever you call it, it is still the UEFA Champions League. And actions will be going down tonight in the UEFA Champions League. I'll bring you the fixtures, games that will be going down tonight in the UEFA Champions League playoffs round. And in the first game of the night by 6:45 p.m. Nigerian time, our very own Victor Osimhen side, Galatasaray, will be at home welcoming Juventus. Real Madrid will seek a revenge as they will travel to Portugal to take on, of course, Benfica. Don't forget the last game ended in a manner that sealed Madrid sent to the playoff round. Now, will Real Madrid be punishing Benfica for putting them in the playoffs, or will Benfica be doing it again? That'll be by 9 p.m. tonight. Borussia Dortmund will be taking on Atlanta by 9 p.m. Monaco, the last game of the night, will be taking on PSG. It's going to be a battle of French brothers by 9 p.m. These are the games and actions that will be going down tonight in the UEFA Champions League. You don't worry about the thing when we come on the cruise show about 6 p.m. Hopefully before then, the verdict will be out. I'm talking about the verdict that we're all waiting for. The Nigeria DR Congo verdict. Whatever happens, by 6 p.m. on the cruise show, Bam Bam and I will be here. And for the FA Cup, the fifth round draw has been completed, and here is of course the fixture for the fifth round of the FA Cup. Fulham will take on Southampton. The winner between Port Vale and Bristol City will take on Sunderland. Newcastle United will take on Manchester City. Leeds United will take on Norwich City. Mansfield Town will take on Arsenal. Wolves will take on Liverpool. West Ham will take on Chelsea. And West Ham United will take on Brentford. And that is of course the draw for the next round, which is the fifth round of the FA Cup. Regarding the Champions League tonight, Alvaro Abelua, the Real Madrid interim manager, is in the news this morning, and he's saying even if Benfica field their youth 11 tomorrow, it will still be an incredible, intense game. And that's the Mourinho style. Well, don't worry, let's call it a quit this morning, or let's call it a break, because by 6 p.m. we'll be here with all the full gist, all the stories of actions that will of course would have gone down between now and 6 p.m. on the cruise show. And from now until then, I'm yours nice and faithful, Daniel Adeyemi. See you by 6 p.m. and bye for now.
Stay cool with me.
The newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it.
Gbogbo èyí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ayẹyẹ ọlọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan bíi wedding, concert, church crusade, film premiere, tẹ̀ nílò indoor LED screen. Iléeṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media ló kájú ẹ̀. Mo ti kó screen dé bíbá lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan léyìí tí ìbẹ́ẹ̀tì tí náà fi ṣe dáadáa tí ò fi ṣàánú yàtọ̀. Indoor LED screen tó múlẹ̀ rọ́kùn so gbangba gidigba. Ṣé ìyá nílò screen fún sẹ́mínà yìí tó ń bọ̀ àbí fún anniversary yìí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe? Ẹ̀yà tara ṣẹ̀ṣàkẹ́ ìkọ̀sílẹ̀ iṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media lọ́dọ̀ wọn nìkan lẹ ti rí indoor LED screen tó fọkànbalẹ̀ tí ò ní ṣe bàlàbàlà. Sínú olùlẹ̀ yìí ti fẹ́ lò ní àgbórí field látòrí 100k ní rẹ́tẹ̀jì wọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ̀yà tara ṣàṣàkẹ́ máa bọ̀ sí ọ́fíìsì wọn tó wà ní Wood 1A Olúsọjí Avenue extension of WCCI Road Olúyọ̀lé Ìbàdàn tàbí ọ́fíìsì wọn tó wà ní number 28 Amadasu Street Ìlú Ẹ̀fọ́ Lẹ́kí Etí Òsà Lagos State. Telephone 0803-413-6370 tàbí 0912-188-5200. Iléeṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media ló fi lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọmọ screen ìgbàlódé fún ayẹyẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹgbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ṣé ti ṣe tán láti fò?
ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ You Fit Fly pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ Prophet Sam Ojo baba authority láti rìnrìn àjò mímọ́ lọ sí Israel àti Jordan.
Get ready for a life-changing experience, the holy pilgrimage to Israel and Jordan. Let's come together, walking where Jesus walked and witnessing the wonders of faith and history come alive.
ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ dé àwọn ibi alágbára tó ṣe pàtàkì ní Jordan bíi Mount Nebo, River Jordan, Petra àtàwọn ibòmíì tá ó ti gbàdúrà tá ó sì rí ẹ̀rí gbà.
Your package includes visa, return flight ticket, airport transfer, hotel accommodation, meals, tours, souvenirs, JP certificates, and travel insurance, all handled by You Fit Fly.
gbogbo ẹ̀ lówó tí ò ga jara lọ.
ọjọ́ kọkànlélógún sí ọjọ́ kejìdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹta ọdún 2026 March 21st to March 28th 2026.
fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè 0817-506-8181 tàbí 0802-832-0429.
Visit www.youfitfly.com.
ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ rìnrìn àjò ẹ̀mí pẹ̀lú Prophet Sam Ojo àti You Fit Fly.
So far, Prophet, I can tell you that your station has grown. It has resonated and it has earned relevance. Of course, if it has not done that, I won't come. You see, I'm a very simple man. But if you call me to a place that will mess up my image, because it takes me a long time to be able to build it, I won't come. But because your station had established a trust with the others, of which I'm one, that's why I'm here. So I thank you for setting up this station. I thank you for giving them all that they need. And I know that in the last 1 year, there have been a programming culture that respects truth, balance, and creativity. I'm happy to say that I've noted that your station has given us a platform to local voices, a platform to local music, a platform for local concern, and a platform for local solution. Your station has become a companion in homes, in offices, in markets, in campuses, and indeed in vehicles across Ibadan. So I thank you for what you have done. And I thank the good staff that they have lived up to your expectation. Can I tell you something? I don't know what the ratings are. And sometimes I'm not bothered about ratings. When you have earned the trust of the others, that to me is more important than the ratings. So I want to thank the listeners that have stayed tuned to this station. And I believe that you have challenged this station.
Melody FM 100.7. I love this station. Melody 100.7 FM. From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m.
9:01 a.m. from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM, and we're back to it. This is Melody Sunrise. My name is Bolabad, and we are about to talk about serious stuff right now, as we are now inside of the People's Assembly. Okay, so if you're listening for the first time and wondering what People's Assembly is all about, is like a parliament setting, but it's a segment on Melody Sunrise that airs every weekday from Monday through to Friday between 9 a.m. and 9:30, where we get to discuss serious issues that concerns us as Nigerians. Okay, so we would be doing a lot. Like I said, it's a parliament setting where you have the Speaker of the House. Of course, I'll be serving in the capacity of the Speaker of the House, and you will be serving as the Honorable of the House as well. So what do we do? I'll bring a topic to the forefront, and then I talk about it and open the floor, aka the studio lines, for you to contribute as well to the said conversation. Okay, and I hope that you would actually oblige me today as well and have this discussed with me. All right, so I saw this headline yesterday and I was like, it can't be real now. This is impossible now. Possible now. Someone cannot say something like this now. Not in the current day Nigerian. But apparently it is real. It is actually real, because we'll be talking about a senator sitting in the current Senate. Talking about Senate Kenneth, and he's actually done something that has caused a lot of people to lament online. His name is Senator Kenneth Eze, representing Ebonyi State. That is an APC member also, because a lot of people had to bring that out, and he's the chairman of the Senate Committee on Information and National Orientation, and he has called for a nationwide debate on replacing Nigeria's current two-term 4-year presidential cycle with a single 16-year tenure. Now, we spoke yesterday at his Ohigbo Amagu country home in Eza South local government area, and Senator Eze argued that frequent national development, and all of these things, interrupting a particular administration, it disrupts all of these things. It disrupts governance. It stalls national development as well. In his words, it says every 4 years we'll return to campaign mode. By the third year, governance slows as attention shifts to re-election. That is why projects are abandoned and policies are not allowed to mature. And he proposed that a single extended tenure would free leaders from electoral pressures, allowing them to focus on long-term reforms in critical sectors such as power. Personally, I like that I mentioned power first. Infrastructure, agriculture, and fiscal policy. He highlighted that the initiatives like irrigation schemes, mechanized farming, and energy reforms also are things that need to be considered when you are looking at things to reform, right? And he said all of these things require sustained commitment to yield meaningful results. He clarified that his proposal should be viewed as part of a governance conversation, not an attack on democracy. And he urged for a transparent, participatory national dialogue on constitutional reforms. Mr. Eze also called on citizens, including people like myself, journalists, teachers, civil servants, and parents, to promote civic responsibility and national values, noting that policy changes alone cannot transform the country. And this is what we always say here. It begins with you and I. And Senator Kenneth Eze is saying that we should do better to actually have a better Nigeria. Long story short, Senator Kenneth Eze, and representing Ebonyi, is actually saying that instead of this 4-year tenure, let us have a single tenure that will last for 16 years for presidents only. Okay, we need to underline that. presidential cycle is what he's talking about. Generally in Nigeria, for presidents and governors, it is always like 4 years, something for the Senate as well. You have re-elections and all of that. But then he's saying that all of this thing, you're not making these people work. Because if I'm actually a president, the third year, I've actually stopped working. My focus now would be elections or re-elections, and all of these things is causing a lot of rancor, and causing a lot of stalling in disrupting governance and stalling national development. So therefore is proposing that for presidential cycle it should be a single 16-year tenure, 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 16 years. Okay, so basically, I am putting it to you, my beloved honorable, as a member of this parliament and the society at large. Is it something that you are buying into? Do you think that it is a very great innovation or very great idea coming from the senator? 16-year presidential cycle for Nigeria. We have to, vet this. And please, when you want to talk, like Senator Kenneth Eze said, constitutionally. Okay, so don't forget that once you call in, you address yourself as an honorable of the house. So the studio lines are 07055 007 or 07025201007. You can call me up or send messages. In fact, you can text me via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is 07055071007. 07055071007. Call that number as well, or call me up on 07025201007. You can also send SMS to either of those lines, 07055 071 or 07025 201 07055 071 or 07025 201 Call me up or send messages. Let me know what your take is this morning. 16-year single tenure for presidents in Nigeria. Is this something that you're buying into or not? When you call me, you introduce yourself as an honorable of the house, like I said. So it will be honorable, then your name and your location would be your constituency. So for instance, if I were to be calling, I'd say my name is Honorable Bolabad, calling from the Basharun constituency, because that is where we're located at number 2 MB Makwadirun Street. Conversation at hand, 07025201007 or 07055071007. You can drop messages as well. If you don't want to call in, you can text me via WhatsApp or via SMS. The WhatsApp line is 07055071007. 07055 071 Senator Kenneth Eze is proposing that we have a single 16-year tenure for presidents in the country. 16-year single term for presidents of Nigeria. 07055 071 In fact, you can drop your comments on Facebook. It is at Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. That is Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Call me up or send messages or head to Facebook and drop your comment. Call me, send messages, drop your comment. Okay, 07055 071 007. What do you think of this proposal by Senator Kenneth Eze? 16-year single presidential term to boost policy continuity, because it said the structure we have right now is disrupting governance and is stalling national development. So we need to find a way around it, and have, a 16-year single presidential tenure in Nigeria. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Call me up or send messages. Let me know what your take is this morning. Okay, so this message is from Okay, let's hold that thought. I have a call coming through. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Honorable Dayo on the line.
Calling from where, sir?
Calling from Monotone constituency.
Good to have you on the show this morning, Honorable Dayo. Let's have your take.
My dear Honorable, we have begun again in this meeting. How can somebody who is honorable be so honorable to suggest 16 years? One time. I will move the motion. At 4 times by 4 years is enough to perform any magic in this nation. Either as a president or as a governor or as a local government chairman. 4 years is enough as a time. We have everything required. We have wherever cannot be just single time of 4 years is the motion I move. My dear Honorable. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Honorable Dyer, for calling. Have a great day ahead. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Call me up or send messages. Senator Kenneth Eze, representing a boy, is actually calling for a 16-year single-term presidential tenure for Nigeria. Do you think it is a right thing to do? Do you think that this is something that it is, it's fair, right? Senator Kenneth is the chairman of Senate Committee on Information and National Orientation, and he has called for a nationwide debate on replacing Nigeria's current 2-term 4-year presidential cycle with a single 16-year tenure. He spoke on Monday at his Ohigbo Amago country home in Eze South local government area as the senator argued that frequent elections disrupt governance and it stalls national development. In his words, every 4 years we return to campaign mode. By the 3rd year, governance slows as attention shifts to re-election. That is why projects are abandoned and policies are not allowed to mature. Mr. Eze then proposed a single extended tenure would free leaders from electoral pressures, allowing them to focus on long-term reforms in critical sectors such as power, infrastructure, agriculture, and fiscal policy, because he highlighted that initiatives like irrigation schemes, mechanized farming, and energy reforms require sustained commitment to yield a meaningful result. He clarified that his proposal should be viewed as part of a governance conversation, not an attack on democracy or on anybody. And then he urged for a transparent, participatory national dialogue on constitutional reform. Mr. Eze also called on citizens such as journalists, teachers, civil servants, and parents to promote civic responsibility and national values, noting that policy changes alone cannot transform the country. Begins with you and I. So the question now is 16 years presidential tenure, single 16-year presidential tenure. Is this something you would subscribe to, or you think that it is not even something we need to start thinking about? 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Call me up or send messages. You can also head to Facebook and drop your comment. Sorry, I've been Bolabad today Agbaoye on Facebook. You got me laughing. It says 16 years too much. You should just say 32 years or lifetime of these people's self. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. If you're wondering, what the handle is on Facebook, it is at Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. That is Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. We're live on Facebook. You can see the studios and everything. Just drop your comment and I'll be here to take them. Sharif Agumbiadi on Facebook says good morning, a beautiful morning to you as well. And there is Ilisomi Oriredo saying good morning to you too. Let me know what your take is this morning. A 16-year single term single tenure for presidents in Nigeria. Is this something that you think it's the right step in the right direction? It is something that you subscribe to, or you think that, it is not something we should be considering at this time and age in Nigeria? 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. It is not me saying it. Kenneth Eze, that is Senator Kenneth Eze, is actually saying it, that, all of these things actually disrupt governance and it stalls national development. So if you give them 16 years, they'll be able to do more. Yeah, they'll be able to do more. So basically, that is what he's saying. 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007, 07055 071 007, or 07025 201 007. You can also head to Facebook and drop your comment on Facebook. It is Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. That is Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Call me up or send messages. All right, I was going to take this message earlier. That is from Honorable Duke of Figbere. It says, sincerely, I doubt 16 years will be enough. 32 years seems better from my standpoint, though. Okay, so we're saying 32 years because Honorable Duke is saying 16 years, and Honorable Abimbola Babatunde Agbaoye on Facebook is also saying 32 years. Okay, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Honorable Bodeayo is saying that, but let's hold that thought. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Honorable Adesemi from Ibana here.
It's good to have you on the show this morning. Let's have your take, sir.
Thank you very much. I will advise the man. I will support him. I will support him. If he can go and be jailed for 32 years, jailed for 32 years to wipe away the sin of the past leaders, then he will come back and spend only 2 years on the throne. What is his level of thinking for a man to imprison Nigeria for 16 years? No, let him go to jail for 32 years because he wants to be the savior of Nigeria. So by the time he come back, then we will support him to rule for only 2 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Call me up or send messages. Let me know what your take is this morning concerning this situation at hand. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Call me up or send messages. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. All right, this message is from Honorable Bodeayo. Says the reason for term limit is to avoid leaving power with one person or a group for too long. He knows this, but still went ahead to say his proposal should be seen as a democratic conversation. No, it is not. If he's trying to sneak in autocracy. Okay, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. You can in fact text me via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. We're discussing, if you're just tuning in, the time is 9:20 from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. This is the People's Assembly on Melody Sunrise. My name is Bolabad. Welcome to the People's Assembly. Okay, we're having this conversation about the senator, that is Senator Kenneth Eze, representing Ebonyi. He's also the chairman of Senate Committee on Information and National Orientation, and he has called for a nationwide debate on replacing Nigeria's current two-term 4-year presidential cycle with a single 16-year tenure. Speaking on Monday in his home in Ohigbo, Amagu, in Eza South local government area. Mr. Eze argued that frequent elections disrupt governance, and he said, and also stalls national development. In his words, he said, every 4 years we return to campaign mode, and by the third year, governance slows as attention shifts to re-election. And that is why projects are abandoned and policies are not allowed to mature. So how do we tackle all of this? He proposed that a single extended tenure would free leaders from electoral pressures, allowing them to focus on long-term reforms in critical sectors such as power sector, infrastructure, agriculture and fiscal policy. He also highlighted that initiatives like irrigation schemes, mechanized farming and energy reforms require sustained commitment to yield meaningful results. He clarified, though, that his proposal should be viewed as part of governance conversation, not an attack on democracy, nothing like that. He urged for a transparent, participatory national dialogue on constitutional reform. So I'm asking you, is this something you're open up to? Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Honorable. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, Honorable Ruth calling from Malacca.
Good to have you on the show this morning, ma'am. Let's have your take.
You know, the surprise from our Senate never seems to end. Just imagine the statement about a president serving 15 years in office. 15 years for what exactly? Honestly, Honorable, anything a president wants to achieve can be done within 4 years. So essentially the tenure, we want to be repeating the same thing over and over again. Just imagine suggesting Tinubu should stay for 15 years. They are done for in this country. Don't continue to help us. God bless you, Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Ruth. Have a great day ahead. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. You can also head to Facebook and drop your comments on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. That is Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Call me up or send messages 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. We have about 5 more minutes to have this conversation, so let me know what your take is this morning. 07055 071 007. Hello, good morning, Honorable. Hello, good morning.
I'm on a process speaking from Ibadan.
Good to have you on the show this morning. Let's have your take.
He actually said it right, and I believe what he has said. It's not just the first person that is saying it. Dr. Shema also said it. And here we have to be it's just that we are lucky to find ourselves in the hands of leaders who really has interest of prosperity for the nation. That is especially the state. And that is the reason why we see him not relenting, working towards bringing development in Oyo State. But for some leaders who really don't want, who are just after power and after what they will achieve for themselves, they are the ones that end up with what Senator Ken has just said. But I will, on the other hand, agree with him, because if we really have those who have interest of progress in this nation, 2 years is even enough for them to perform whatsoever they promise the nation while all the states while they are campaigning. But here we have to deal with a lot of promises yet unfulfilled by APC federal government or even some senators and the like that. So we use this opportunity to charge them. He has said what they need to hear, and they really want second term. That is for those who have not even done second term or even third term. So they should please walk their talk. They still have time against 2027. By 2027, like I've been saying, Nigerian youth, we deserve so and will rise against bad leadership. That's the word. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Boss. Have a great day. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. We're having a conversation centered around the proposal that Senator Kenneth Eze actually made yesterday, which is a 16-year single term or single presidential term to boost policy continuity. Now, this 16 years is going to affect just the president of the country, not governors. 16 years. 07055 071 Is this something that you think that, it's a great way, it's a great move? Let's go. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 00. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
This is Honorable Lord. I'm calling from Mojokan.
Good to have you on the show this morning. Let's have your take.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree with that, Senator. Truly, if one term is being given to them, I think they will perform better. They will do better than what they are doing. And they should remember that for Kinsho Yebi, so let them do the little they can do. For that little time, they can perform well, like the last speaker had said. If they actually have the interest of Nigerians at heart, those in their constituency, they will do well. But mostly, they are just there to sit down, drink water, sleep, and collect our money. And they will say hi and nay. That's the only thing they know how to do there. They should do one term and leave the office and allow others to.
So a 16-year single term is something that you welcome?
How many years?
16.
Why? 4 years is okay. Let them get out of here.
Okay.
What are they doing there? Even 2 years.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Get out of here.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. All right. Hello. Good morning, Honorable.
Hello. Good morning. This is Prince Bomi Adefusi calling from Apata.
Good to have you this morning, Honorable. Let's have your take.
The 5 years single term is okay. 5 years single term is okay. So by the time you assume office, within a year, you will see the comfort.
Okay.
That will work with you. That is that. Then secondly, the remaining 4 years will be fully on governance. All true. So 5 years single term is very, very.
So this is your own counter proposal to the proposal of Senator Kenneth.
Yes, yes, okay, no. It must not take insanity to do the needful in Nigeria when it comes to governance. Administration is by process. So, how can you spend 15 years before you can ensure good governance in the country? That is corruption as well. So a 5 year single term is okay. Because we've been hearing with the patients, with the patients, we had a series of from President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, President Bola Tinubu continues that we should be patient to better Nigerians because pain will take eternity to better Nigeria. That is why I say 5 years single term is okay. I should do 16 years. Thank you so much. 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007 07025 201 007 or 07055 071 007. Call me up or send messages or just head to Facebook and drop your comment. We're live on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. That is Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook. Hello, good morning, Honorable. Hello, good morning.
Honorable Akin from White.
From where?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, Honorable Akin, calling from where? Good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, sir, let's have your take.
All right, man. Sometimes I don't know how our politicians used to think. To tell you, I don't know how they reason. They seem to take us for granted and take us for a fool. The whole nation. How can a senator open his mouth and utter this kind of rubbish? We are just in 3 years of Tinubu and everybody is crying and mourning. And somebody somewhere is suggesting 16 years. Okay, God will help us in this country.
Amen.
I will not be surprised if he's speaking the mind of people up there. I don't know. It could be a way of testing what Nigerians will do or what they will say. concerning this. Nigeria can do anything, especially like for the man that we are having at the moment. God bless you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ake, for calling. 07055071007. You can text me on that number via WhatsApp or via SMS, or just call me on that number. You can also call or text 07025201007, but that number is not on WhatsApp. All right, so this message says it's from CC. Okay, it says we need to check what our forefathers did, because God cannot be punishing us like this to that extent. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, Danny calling back. I just remembered one of our senators here.
Okay.
That spent 12 years in the house. And we cannot see anything. We can't even feel its effect at all. And I think I heard that he facilitated one hospital project then in Ibadan. He's here to commission it. I don't want to mention him on here. This government should please, there should even be a law. I think Nigeria, it's high time we restructure everything. Restructuring needs to happen, needs to take place in Nigeria. We need restructuring. That's what we need now. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Damlala. And all right, so this one is from White Crown. Honorable White Crown says 4 years to them now is like 24 hours, which is not enough for them to steal. So they are bidding for 16 years while the citizens are still cruising. Okay, and that wraps it up for the People's Assembly for today. A big thank you to every single person that called in, the first time callers. I actually noticed. Honorable Ake, thank you so much. I think this is the first time I'll be hearing your voice on the show, and my first caller on the show today as well is a first time caller. Thank you so very much. Called from Monoton. I can't remember the name right now, but thank you so very much. And to my regulars, thank you so very much. And to all those listening and texted as well, dropped comments on Facebook, thank you so much. I'm not ending the show. I'm just taking a breather, stepping aside, and we will talk about tech in a little while. But this one is Asha and Fields doing Ruin. Stick around, keep it locked.
Yeah, you broke me and took your time with it. Yeah, you gave me all these memories that I regret. All I can do is congratulate you. Ruined me for everybody. Yeah, you ruined me for everybody. Wake up in the morning, a different girl be on my line. Constantly be calling, every day I still decline. See, this exactly what you did. You ruined me for everybody. You ruined me for everybody. Bye-bye, good riddance for the last time. So you can try, baby, get me right next time. Different time, baby, you can be mine. Ruin me for everybody. You ruin me for everybody. Babylon tricks where you put up on me. Cause back then I was very lonely. I still am, I'm just trying to find peace every day. My heart is on holiday. Still gives me sleepless nights. Sometimes I wonder how it happened all of a sudden. You ruined me for everybody. I wake up in the morning, different girls be on my line, constantly be calling me, I just don't reply. See, this exactly what you did. You ruined me for everybody. You ruined me for everybody. Whoa. Bye-bye, good riddance for the last time. So you can try. Maybe you can get it right. Different time, baby, baby, then you can be mine. Be mine, ruin me for everybody. You ruin me for everybody. Oh, bye bye, good riddance for the last time. For the last time, so you can charge her. Baby, get her right next time. Get her right. Different timeline, baby, then you can be mine. Ruin me for everybody. You ruin me for everybody.
Melody FM 100.7.
Good times and bad times, I gave you my everything. I tried and I tried to love you through anything. Swore to each other we'd never be enemies. Why the would you say that to me? Ain't nothing worse than somebody who lies to your face and then swears it's the truth. If you ever want me, I'm letting it bleed. 'Cause you said you would die for me. You say you would die for me. You say you would die for me. Don't leave me now when I need you the most. Give you my heart, don't you dare let it go. Say you would die for me. Say you would die for me. Don't leave me now when I need you the most. Say you would die for me. You said you never let me go. 2 a.m., you ain't home. Call your friends, said you go. I'm not gonna wait up here. Go ahead and stay out there. I'll sleep just fine without you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't nothing worse than somebody who lies to your face and then swears it's the truth. I love you, you said it out. Those are the words you spitting out. You told me you love me, right now, right now. Say you would die for me. Say you would die for me. Don't leave me now when I need you the most. Give you my heart, don't you dare let it go. Say you would die for me. Say you would die for me. Don't leave me now when I need you the most. Say you would die for me. Say you never let me go. Say you would die for me. Don't leave me now when I need you the most. Said you would die for me. Said you never let me go.
All right, so we're back to it. It is 9:41 a.m. from the studios, and this is still Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. Now, there are a lot of things going on, but it is time to talk about tech. Okay, and there's this thing that I really want to talk about. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this is like a very, very, how would I say it now, a very important thing to talk about. I mean, this discovery is something great, and a lot of people have actually been talking about it. And I'm just going to come here. I won't go into details. I'll just tell you bits and bits of things that happened. Now, this was done by a Swedish set of, scientists, and they did something incredible. And says Swedish scientists created a nano robot that destroyed cancer cells from the inside. Okay, it is actually a DNA robotic switch which a regulated autonomous display of cytotoxic ligand nano patterns as well. I would actually not go deep into it, like I said, because I mean there are lots and lots of medical terms that I don't think I'm actually qualified to even talk about, not to say butchering and everything. Now, the scientists actually announced that they made a nanorobot that target cancer cells and they spare healthy cells, leaving them entirely undamaged. Now, using advanced genetic engineering techniques, researchers at the Karolinska Institutet Stockholm created a new DNA nanorobot, which are only activated close to the tumor mass. And thanks to the very small size, the nanorobots can interact with direct cells as well. Just no no middleman, so to say, directly. Now, there are key parts of this Swedish cancer nanorobot. First part is the mechanism. It uses DNA origami. Scientists created structures that hide a therapeutic peptide weapon. And another part is it targets what it's targeting. The robot only opens in acidic environment with pH, of 6.5 or even lower, which is a characteristic of solid tumor microenvironments, sparing healthy tissues. Healthy tissues actually have pH level of 7.4 thereabouts. Now, the effectiveness is that in early lab and animal studies, this approach significantly reduced tumor growth, with some studies showing reduction up to 70%. What is the idea behind the kill switch logic? The structure is designed to specifically target and eliminate cancer cells, as explained by Bjorn Hogberg's research team. Now, the current status is that it is promising, and a lot of people are actually looking forward to it becoming something that would be able to be used in men, or should I say in human beings generally. But this technology is still in the research phase and has not yet been tested on humans or in human trials. So this development was actually published in 2024. They're still working on it, and it offers a highly targeted alternative to the traditional chemotherapy. A lot of conspiracy theories centered around chemotherapy, saying that chemotherapy actually worsens cancer cells, not actually what's it called now, not actually helps or anything. So basically, that is it. We're talking about Swedish scientists today. They are researchers at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden, and they developed a nanorobot that could destroy cancer cells from inside. Nothing invasive, just killing off the cancer cells and leaving the good cells, in the system, which is actually really good if you look at it. Hopefully, it actually scales through testing and people can get treated. A lot of innovation centered around cancer, actually, a lot of them. And a lot of people are saying that, is it because United States left WHO? Now things are moving forward in terms of health and cures for different cancers. Seems like a coincidence, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, it is 9:46 a.m. from the studios. It is time for you to text me. If you have someone you want to celebrate, you can send messages, no calls, just messages to either of the studio lines, 07025201007 or 07055071007, 07055071007, or 07025 201 007. Those are the numbers to text me on. So you text the person's name, their phone numbers, what you want to wish them for, and your own name as well, so I can tell them whom sent me. Okay, 07055 071 007 or 07025 201 007. Text me now. All right, let us do this. This one is IDK, Wizkid, Zlatan Ibile. Stick around.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do. We go stand tall, yeah. Nice red like we joke, puff pass for the pain, yeah, I love. I really wanna know your interest. Money day for my mind, I'm in business. Many times they try and play my intellect, and you know my shop, I'm an big the rest. Yeah, when you ready, make you take the shot, and you know what will happen, make we ginger next. Sound. And I know the man feel tonight. I know man I want it tonight. One my feel alright. Yeah, all my people make a day tonight. Make a follow, make a la la. One my feel alright. I know mine I will be tonight. No apologies tonight. One my feel alright. I love my days tonight. Sometimes that's what it be sometimes.
Push on the one shola. I told me about emotion Nicola. I budget pẹ̀lú VVS. Come out from better celebrity yes. She tell me say she go live 50 love only to money. Relationship with money no day, it go later boring. It go later sour, it go later scatter. She go serve it breakfast on the bigger platter. I say that's why I pray every night and day that I get paid so I can slay. Life show me pepper, many things I can't say. Chance to movie when they take advantage. Had no choice, so I pay the price. My gay bread, me I turn to slice. All the dirty for my life, me I sanitize. Money true get size, better realize.
And I know the man feel tonight. I know man I want it tonight. On my feel alright. Yeah, come my people make we day tonight. Make we follow, make we la. Everybody falling, no you're just falling. Big bag every day calling. We don't take, now we don't talking. Stop feeling, yeah my brother, trust me. We don't talking, every day falling. I know they mind with you, come tell me. Me you do well like what she thought. I did with my people, they change her. And it's on the bus of the speaker.
Melody FM 100.7.
I put nothing above you. You know I put nothing above you. So many lies, but girl, you're the truth. And I'm so proud to call you my boo. I stick with you just like a tattoo. Forbidden love like it's taboo. Don't care what anybody might do. We put the haters in a review. My eyes are seen it. So many shit on the street, and I've been through places you've never been. I know be small picking, I don't chop breakfast, long time chop pudding. My heart is cold like the winter, but you want me up Angelina. So I give up to Caesar. What is Caesar? Stand like my work, I will stand. Give me love, I will stand. You cannot be told, I will stand. I put nothing above you, stand. You know I'm proud of stand. So many love, okay, you're the truth, stand. And I'm so proud of you, stand. Stand by you, I will stand. I will stand. I thought I told you, I really
The Eels doing Stand By You. It's 9:53 a.m. and this has been Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad. We thank you to every single that has been with me from 8 a.m. up until now. Thank you so very much to every single person that contributed to the show today. Thank you so much. We're stepping aside now, but hey, the show returns tomorrow. God keep us from 8 a.m. to 9:55, where we get to have another series of conversation tomorrow, but the conversation doesn't necessarily have to end here. You can follow me across all socials at Melody 100.7 FM. That is Melody 100.7 FM. For me, it is at Bolabad. That is BOLABAD, no space, across all social media platforms. Till tomorrow, I come your way again. Have an amazing day ahead of you. Roy Lou comes up by 10 a.m. and this one is Magic's doing every day. Stick around.
Tell you story of all the times and all the kind of way God they show me, where God they show me. We live in life is going, but I see color make them no complain my bottle throwing, play bottle throwing. As I done lay on top of my talk, say I did too fast. I no go shit and I no do jazz, and they want shoot catapult, but my destiny is too large. I know